how hard life to build strength in the situation. Anytime have you wondered what makes you to change from pain to power? How did you manage to become stronger in that struggle times? Like only those who have endured hardships can understand, think what made you or the traits that are in you could transform you from pain into power. So I'm talking about that traits of truly resilient people who have been through a lot and could cope up in that phase can only understand. So this video, like we are diving into the life changing, transformative, or stronger to resonate with you who are really seeking some inspiration or coping strategies. Hello, everyone. I am Shailaja, clinical psychologist. Over the years, I had that privilege of working with people who have really faced unimaginable, difficult hardships or situations in their life, from grief and loss to self doubt, career struggles, and everyday battles that shape who we are. One thing I have come to understand deeply is that while suffering can feel isolating and overwhelming, also has the power to transform us in ways we might not expect. In today's video, I want you to explore a powerful truth. Our most difficult experiences like often leave us with remarkable strengths. Strengths like resilience, empathy, and adaptability, qualities that define the most courageous, compassionate people I know. Together, let's dive into some of the traits that people who have endured hardships often develop and explore how each of us can start building these traits in our own lives. So, if you are someone who have ever felt challenged or defeated, or if you are just looking for ways to grow stronger and more grounded, you're in the right place. Let's jump into it. So, I'm talking about some of the traits, and the first one goes to resilience. First, like when we talk about the resilience, imagine someone who just faced a huge career setback. Maybe they were laid off, or their business they have put everything into didn't succeed, and it's a heavy blow. But people who go through these things often becomes masters at bouncing back. They learn to rebuild one step at a time. So, how do we build resilience? Start by focusing on small, achievable goals. When things feel overwhelming, break them down. Remind yourself, I'm learning and growing every day, even when it's tough. Resilience is like a muscle. The more we use it, the stronger it gets. And the next trait, what I'm talking about, is the empathy and compassion. Let's think about someone who has gone through the loss of a loved one. That kind of a pain often makes us more aware of the pain what we go through. People who have experienced or who have suffered understand what it's like to hurt, so they are more likely to listen and be there for others without judgment. So a great way to grow empathy is by practicing active listening. Next time any of your friend or opens up to you, try just listening without jumping in any advice giving. So it can sometimes feel strange at first, but it's a powerful way to understand others at a deeper level. Now, let's talk about the inner strength. This is something people often develop when they face repeated challenges in their life, like being underestimated at work or facing any criticism. And when the outside world is very tough for them, you learn to rely on yourself. There's a quite confidence that comes from knowing you can handle things, even when they are really hard for them. So, to build inner strength, try journaling about the challenges you have overcome, no matter how small it is. This helps you to recognize your own resilience and gives you proof that you are capable even when times are hard for you. And the next trait we are going to talk is emotional depth. Then, like when going through ups and downs in your life often makes anyone more comfortable with their own emotions. They understand that life has highs and lows, and they are less afraid to feel at all. It's a kind of depth that comes from experiencing loss, joy, and everything in between. So one of the best ways to deepen your emotional understanding is by practicing mindfulness. Taking a few minutes each day to just sit with your feelings without pushing them away or judging them can help you become more comfortable with whatever emotions comes up. Next is gratitude for small joy. People who have faced hardships often becomes incredibly grateful for the small things as well. Imagine someone who's just recovered from a serious health issue. They might start noticing things like warm cup of coffee or a sunny day. These simple moments can bring a lot of joy. So here is a quick exercise to build gratitude. Every evening, write down three things that you are grateful for, no matter how small. It's like simple way to shift your focus towards the positive, even when life feels overwhelming. The next trait is humility. Humility is another trait that often grows from hardship. When someone experiences a humbling failure, like a major career setback, they are forced to recognize their own limitations. It can be very tough for them, and it also like grounding. One way it can be very tough, but it's also grounding. One way to embrace humility is to let go of need to be perfect. Instead of focusing on getting everything right, try to focus on doing your best and learning from mistakes. Self compassion is the key here. It's okay not to have it all figured out. Next trait is adaptability and flexibility. Life is constantly changing, and people who have been through a lot through, they learn to adapt. Think about someone who's had to change jobs multiple times, or a single parent juggling with family, career, and etc. They learn to stay flexible, knowing that life doesn't always go as planned. So, a great way to practice is adaptability is by reframing things. When you face a challenge, instead of thinking, I can't handle this, try saying, this is a new challenge, I can learn from it. It helps shift your mindset from one of the resistance to one of growth. And the last trait I'm going to talk is the self awareness. People who have been through tough times often end up looking inward. Like after something like a career change or someone lost or divorce, or they take a closer look at their habits, thoughts, and desires. This self awareness is like a superpower. It helps them to understand what they need and how to get there. Try setting aside a few minutes each day for self reflection. You can journal, meditate, or simply sit quietly with your thoughts. The goal is to get to know yourself better. Over time, this builds a deep sense of self awareness that guides you through life's ups and downs. So, I hope you understood the traits that people who have faced hardship often develop: resilience, empathy, inner strength, emotional depth, gratitude, humility, adaptability, and self awareness. Remember, these are not traits we are just born with, they are the things we can develop through life challenges. I hope these stories and tips help you see that no matter what you are going through, there is a potential for growth and strength. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your own experiences in the comments. What's one trait you feel you have developed through your own challenges? I would love to hear from you. Until next time, stay strong and keep growing. Thank you. Take care. Signing off, Sailaja Pisapati, clinical psychologist.